opening statement.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is a hearing on a topic with real bipartisan potential. The potential for new technological achievements and advancements to improve mineral yields while reducing the damage done to mines and surrounding communities is significant. As a nod to that potential, our witness will testify at the invitation, who has come to testify at the invitation of both sides of the aisle in the past. I hope we can find a way to work together on this issue. But I want to be clear that these technological advances are not an excuse to shred environmental and human health protections. There is no good reason to think that the potential for these technologies to do good necessarily means that they will do so, especially if we remove the guardrails Congress has placed on them. Decades of experience show us that extractive industries, when left unchecked, do not protect health or ecosystems on which we depend. In fact, these new technological advances, if anything, mean we need to strengthen protections to keep pace with the technology. We can start with the mining law of 1872, which passed in the Civil War era. If you want to speed up the permitting process, then fund it. When you chronically underfund permitting offices, fire staff, and sideline science, you guarantee more conflict, more litigation, and more delays. When Democrats invested $1 billion in permitting capacity and modern tools under the Biden administration, timelines got over 20% shorter, even as environmental health protections remained in place. If your concern is being at a competitive disadvantage relative to China, the truth is that the United States is already a mining superpower. The question is not whether we mine, but how we mine, what we do with what we have already dug up, and who actually benefits from the choices we make. Robotics, AI, and advanced processing are making it possible to get more minerals out of existing mines than out of tailings, coal, ash, and brines, all material that used to be written off as waste. Deployed wisely, these technologies can make mining safer, cleaner, and more productive so that we meet rising demand without actually using our public lands as a balance sheet, as Secretary Burgum has called them. In fact, according to a study by the Colorado School of Mines released just a few months ago, the United States already has access to most of the critical materials we need in existing mining operations. That study found that 90% recovery of critical minerals byproducts from existing domestic metal mines could meet nearly all U.S. critical mineral needs, and that even recovering around 1% of those byproducts would substantially reduce dependence on most foreign materials. It is also worth pointing out that my friends on the other side seem very worried about losing economic leadership to China for a party that is handing the energy of the future to our global competitors. President Trump is trying to kill job-creating clean energy projects that would help meet the increasing energy demand my Republican colleagues claim is desperate. Trump canceled the Esmeralda 7 solar project in Nevada that reportedly would have provided up to 6 gigawatts of power, or enough to supply up to 2 million homes. He attacked several offshore wind projects on the East Coast, including one that was near completion. He even took away the rooftop solar for people with disabilities to help keep them alive after a hurricane in Puerto Rico. These losses and so many other attacks on renewables hand over our global economic and leadership advantage to our competitors, placing us at the same technological disadvantage Trump claims to worry about when talking about China's critical minerals dominance. We must demand global leadership in critical minerals, in renewable energy, in strong labor standards, and in protecting ecological and human health. Pitting one against the other undermines our economy, our security, and our health. It's also not feasible. Cutting environmental protections, judicial review, or community input risks undermining the very trust and sustainability that makes supply chains resilient in the first place. The real choice before us is not between drill and mine everything or do nothing. We must pursue the third option here and design a responsible strategy that meets demand, protects communities, and preserves our environment. I look forward to hearing from our witnesses about how we can choose the former path and finally align our mining, our energy policy, and our rhetoric with the long-term interests of the American people. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I yield back.